Welcome to another episode of Keeping It Real Podcast. You guys, I am Jarvis Johnson, the host, and as you guys see, we have a special guest with us today. We have actor, we have activist, we have hilarious stand-up comedian Ketra Long.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm well. I'm actually really well.
It's so great to finally get you on the show. I know you got busy schedule out there doing your thing.
Yeah, I be kind of busy, but we BFFs. We talked about this. We got to make things happen for the friends.
Right. You see how that works out. You see how it is. But I feel like every person has a story. And only you can tell your own story. So I want to just start. Let's start from the ground. Let's see where you started from. You're originally from Birmingham, Alabama?
Yep, Birmingham, Alabama. Born and raised.
And that's one thing I like about you, teacher, is that you remember and you represent where you're from. You're not afraid to say, I'm from Alabama. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
Absolutely. Why not? Most people are from Birmingham, Alabama. People move away and they separate themselves from where they live. But everybody black from the South. Let's not forget the Great Migration. Let's not forget the movement and why people are from the Midwest and the West Coast because of the industries and the jobs that were afforded like after slavery and after the Civil Rights Movement, and even during.
Right. So and I feel like a lot of people talk so much bad about the South. The South is great. I love the South.
As you should, Jarvis. As you should. What's funny? Everybody loves everything about the South, but they don't like the thought of the South, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that yeah.
Like the stigma precede, like they're like, yeah, football. Oh yeah. The strip clubs. Oh man, they got the best food. Hey, I got cousins from Mississippi. Everybody, want to have these ties to the South, but then they were like, I'll never go there. But it's like, why? Yeah. I hate it. I'm fine.
And some people just, some people about the Southern states, they like, I can come visit, but I can't live here.
You never know. You need to test it out. I'm all about trying things, but to each his own, whatever. I really, the stigma that comes along with the South, they need to X that, because it's a beautiful place. The most black people just love is real. The love is real.
It is beautiful. I have family in where we at? I have family in Tuscaloosa and Duncanville. So
I don't know about Duncanville. Have I ever heard of Duncanville? Hold on.
It's the was it that? No, yeah, Duncanville. But I'll tell you something about the South that I used to go down a couple years. That y'all have some country folks down there.
Jarvis, it's country folks everywhere.
No, Alabama. I tell you, when you go to the South and you're sitting in these what do you call them? Can't think what they call them. Trailer homes, trailer parks.
Trailer park. Okay.
I'm like, this is the South. You're in the South when you're, when you ain't nothing but trailer parks.
Well, Jarvis, if you going to Duncanville, yeah, I guess so.
With that name, huh? With that name.
I ain't even been to Duncanville, Jarvis, so kudos to you. I have a clue. I have a clue. But I mean, I think the you have your major cities everywhere, and then you have your outskirts and your rural areas everywhere. I tell people all the time, I've seen more cows and goats I've ever seen in my life in California.
Man.
Drive through. I mean, you got these Fresno, man, there's a lot of Oregon. Drive on the West Coast, just drive up the coastline. You will see some stuff. I see some stuff that turns my head all the time.
You're like, whoa.
A dude I did a show a couple of weeks ago, and the dude was there, full cowboy, whole hat, whole outfit, stars, patches. I was looking for the holster and the gun.
The holster and the gun. He said he got the whole outfit. That is funny.
But I don't deny it. There's a rich tradition of things that are a bit down home, I would say, that are a bit like unorthodox in middle America as a whole. So yeah, I don't deny those things, but those are the things that makes the place like the South or Alabama, particularly Birmingham 205. So unique.
Man, that's good. So you are good stuff hilarious. When did you discover that you were funny? Like, is it just come natural or what?
I mean, I think it's the same scenario for everybody, kinda, mostly. If you hear the stories, class clown. Got my desk set in the hall, got the notes home with the staple. She talked too much. She make all A's. She talked too much. Just always entertaining. And I think more so when I was younger, because I was I'm the baby in my family. I spent a lot of time alone because my sisters was out doing shit, being way drastic.
Right.
Being way drastic. And I mean, I just learned by watching them what I didn't want to do. So in that, I mean, like, I like to call myself an extra introvert. I still spend a lot of time alone in my mind, but I see lights. I see lights. I'm like, oh, that's a laugh. That's a big thing. Oh, that's a big deal. Like making bad situations turn good. So yeah, that's what I like laughter. It's a catch-22 because it's somewhat of a defense mechanism, and I genuinely like to see people happy.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. That's best. I'm the same way. Happiness, you don't want to see people walking around sad and upset. I feel like you kind of pointed out that happiness is like a medicine. So.
Absolutely. I mean, man, I think I've seen the worst of times. And I don't wear it.
Right.
If I told people like my stories or about my life, it doesn't match. People are like, when I show up on the scene, it's all roses and flowers, but
you gotta laugh to keep them quiet sometimes. That's what it is.
For sure.
So like a lot of us had to, certain situations you can't stop crying, but there's certain situations you can avoid. Hide yourself inside. But I feel like laughter definitely gets you through some real tough times.
Oh, absolutely. You gotta for me personally, I think I've been faced with the death of my mother since I was 11. So those are things you have to come into womanhood and realize things about yourself. Like, I didn't know how to use a pad. Like, I remember the first time I tried to wear like a pad, and like the shit was like, it was with wings. It was with wings, and it was all the way to the left. It was just all bad. But and at the time it was embarrassing because like we were raised by my grandma and she didn't have time for that. She's old. She was like, I ain't prepared for this shit. Like,
Right.
y'all supposed to be over here on the weekends. And it was embarrassing during those times, but when I think about it, I talk about it was ridiculous. It's funny to me that my pet that like I had to really learn and like read the box. Like, wait,
Like, this is how I'm supposed to do this.
right. So that was it.
Grandparents are different. They're like, I raised my kids. Now it's time for my kids to raise their kids. I ain't got time to be raising my grandkids.
Yeah. But my grandma, I feel like her back was against the wall, and she did. My grandma did the damn thing with us. You getting four young ladies when you done raised 7 kids of your own.
Man.
So,
okay.
and I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, my mom died, and we had to go to school like 3 weeks after.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, we had to go to school like 3 weeks after. So my grandmother was when they say International Women's Day, I'm like, my grandma and my mom deserve a decade.
Right.
A lifetime of international women's recognition. Really, because my grandma held it down. No public assistance, nothing, and our lights never got turned off. I had 3 meals a day.
Yeah, that's what these grandmas will make sure you get. They make sure you eat. If anything else, they make sure you eat.
Yeah, and whatever they put on the table. I was talking about this to somebody the other day. I hated liver. I still hate liver.
I've never had liver.
Yeah, I don't think I had liver in 20. I don't. Yeah, like I did. But I remember my grandma. She cooked full meals every day. But I hate when she cooked liver, and I would be like, I don't like liver. She's like, I don't want to eat this. She's like, you gonna eat shit before it's over with. Who tell the grandbaby that? Why would I eat shit? And when is it gonna be over, Grandma? Why would you do that? This liver tastes like shit. That's what it is.
Speaking of tough times, a lot of people, look at comedy and they think it's, easy. They're like, oh, they just, it's so easy, but they don't see the behind the scenes. They don't understand all the work that goes into, creating jokes, make sure the jokes fit your audience and everything. Gosh. So if you can just kind of tell the people, like, how do you plan out your jokes for your shows?
Well, I say this, a lot of things people, I've been doing comedy for about 10 years, and and people still don't know you, and the truth of the matter is it takes 10 years to write your first hour. Anybody will tell you that it takes your whole life, because if people ever saw my comedy and they got to see me do more than like 10 minutes, or they got to see me do 30 or 40 or an hour, I take you on that journey like my whole entire life. From these questions you asking, like, so you from Alabama? That's the first thing you get. So your relationship with your mom, your relationship with your grandmother, your relationship with your father, your relationship with your siblings. So you're gonna get all of these people, my uncles, my aunts, like everything, going through breast cancer. That's a thing. So all the things that you don't see when you present yourself face forward, because let's be honest, when you see a person when they walk out on stage, if you go to a comedy show, and you judge a person and you be like, oh, this motherfucker gonna be funny, right? You just automatically look at them like, oh, this motherfucker gonna be funny. Or you look at them like, I don't know what to think. And I think, for me, that's it, because I definitely do not match the shit that comes out of my mouth. I feel like people definitely think I should be talking about rainbows and butterflies, and I will if that's where my heart lead me. But this is the Keep It Real podcast. I keep that shit a buck. When I write from a perspective of honesty. You know, it took me a long time to get there. Like I used to try to write those jokes. But you asked me about my process. Look, so it could take me. I have a very slow process, probably one of the slowest processes known to man. Like I'm constantly building the joke, constantly working on it. It'll be jokes that I have 5 and I keep everything written down. And sometimes I go back and look at it. It'll be a joke I wrote 5 years ago, and I'll be like, "This the missing piece." Like this is why it makes sense. I remember when I first started comedy, which I was really bad at it. Not really bad at it. Like I have a lot of stage presence. I've always had that, but my joke writing stunk. It was sticking up the place. And when you see great people, you be like, oh, never gonna get there. But you eventually, I find a groove. Like I said, I spend a lot of time alone, so I'll be chilling, or I may see something that inspires a thought, because that's the way my joke process works. It's I'll be thinking about a thought, and then I might not ever complete it. I don't. My writing pattern is not linear, because I may never have a complete thought. I got a thing on my Instagram stories right now. 2019. Sidebar. I thought I was gonna marry Prince Harry. I'm glad I did now. But I'm gonna tell you, that little white boy could have got it. I knew Harry was gonna marry an ethnic woman. I knew it. Y'all didn't know. I used to see Harry dancing in Africa and try to listen to hip hop and stuff. I knew it. He rogue. The baby is always rogue. But once him and Meghan Markle got married, I was like super disappointed, and I knew I wanted to say something about it. But she is so graceful, so elegant, and so beautiful. And I looked at that and I was like, yeah, you should have married that bitch, huh? I'm a little too black. I made it past the front door. I think you did the right thing, Harry. But putting that with like everything that's going on in the world, and I had this joke about Meghan Markle having morals, and I had that thought in 2019, the end of 2019, and now fast forward, if you think about it, like Meghan hot in the news right now, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. this is. But see, sometimes it all comes full circle, and it might not come for me personally, it might not come right then. But I learned to be patient with myself. My style, that's just my style. It's gonna be drawn out. You might not get that diamond. The joke, you might hit that premise and be like, that's good, but you might not get that diamond until 2026.
Right. So, Speaking of that, many comedians go out and you sit at home and you're in the shower, you're practicing your jokes, like, oh, this is gonna be fun, it's gonna be hilarious. And you get on stage, nobody's laughing, and you're like, only a few people laughing. I thought it was funny. How do you feel in that situation?
It's a part of the process. Our job is to be a visionary and to bring people into the vision. It could go extremely right, and it could go extremely wrong on any given night. Like, got some shit that's been killing. Right. killing for months, and we get impervious to that. We do. If you just killing, sometimes you can take it for granted, and you just on autopilot. You just phone that shit in, like you just go through your set, and then that one night that the audience is like, yeah, no, bitch. You got to be prepared for that. You got to, because it shocks you. When we should be writing all the time, but when you get in a groove, it's hard to delineate from that. You know what I mean? It's hard to stray from. It's hard to stray from being like perfect or excellence. So you don't want that. Everybody wants the fame and the accolades and the laughs. It doesn't feel, I mean, and that's in any profession. When Katie hurt his meniscus, you don't want that. You want those millions of dollars, but you don't want, you don't want that Achilles. You don't want that Achilles injury, but you want everything that you feel like comes along with it. And comedy don't pay. Like comedy don't pay that much. Shit. I'm sorry.
I said people, it ain't what people think it is. People think I make like millions and millions. I'm glad you talked about fame, because a lot of people, a lot of these, a lot of celebrities, there's a lot of well-known celebrities that you probably work with, such as like, Tony Baker, to hear more, and a lot of those comedians, and you also probably work with a lot of bigger time comedians, but I feel like a lot of the smaller comedians, get passed over. Not to make a small joke, but a lot of the smaller comedians get passed over.
Jarvis.
They get passed over, they just get forgot about, and I feel like, it's, using, shout out to him or, and shout out to Kevin on stage, they use their different platforms to, how do you say it? To introduce or, like push the comedians that are like, push them to the top so that you guys can be known. Because like, a lot of people don't know about the smaller comedians.
Yeah, the last part cut out.
I said a lot of people know a lot of the smaller comedians, they forget about them because they're used to the big ones.
Yeah. I personally believe you choose your own path. You choose your own journey. No one is a bigger fan of you than you, and how you conduct your business, how you can conduct. I am very. I try to be methodical in how I do things. I don't feel like I'm the person to push out 20 videos a day or 20 or 20 laughs or 20 sound bites or whatever it is. Whenever I come, I like to do it my way,
Yeah.
It is some people very good at that. I'm not very good at that. And that's the first thing we need to admit to ourselves. I think if I try to give y'all, I wouldn't be happy trying to give people internet content. I might have a moment or two or whatever, but I just wouldn't be happy doing that. And my friends, shout out to hear Tony, Kev on stage, King Batch, Angelina Spicer, who does her own cuts. Yes, a lot of people don't even know about my girl, but she constantly is doing stuff for herself to keep the machine going. To keep the machine going. A lot of people Jasmine, it's a lot of people don't know about, and they found their niche in just online. I personally don't think I'd be very good at it, but when you get the product, when you
Mm-hmm.
get a product that I put my heart into that, and
Right.
that's satisfactory. And maybe I shouldn't be this comfortable with building my audience one person at a time, but I just am. I enjoy the intimacy of it, because I can have. I think I'm like, wait, maybe 2,700 followers, maybe I don't know, but I enjoy that. I can see all the messages. Some I do miss. I do miss quite a few, but I enjoy the intimacy. I can hit people back. I can read the message like, "Oh man, it was funny," and I know it's real love because you ain't coming to me. Because you ain't coming to me just because you've seen a video and think that's what's gonna be on my page, or you ain't coming to me because I'm associated with somebody, or you think like you just want to genuinely know what's up with me, and I love that. I love a lot of people. I gotta get my likes. I gotta get my followers up. I gotta fuck that. If you fucking with me, you fucking with me, and we gonna rock. And just know the shit we do as a collective, because y'all be with me. Y'all on my, I'm carrying y'all on my back. People who have faith with me, you on my back now.
Yeah.
Know that whatever win I have, look, it's us. This all
it's us against the world. And I said I got introduced to so many. I probably like over 50 comedians that I didn't know about. Even throughout this pandemic, and I was like, because everyone's using, Zoom, or they're using social media. It's like really the only aspect, especially during quarantine. They're like, well, how am I going to be comedy out? Well, let's use Facebook, let's use Instagram, let's use all these different platforms to get off. And oh my goodness, I've been able to connect with so many comedians. I was like, wow, these people are hilarious. Why are these people not on? Why don't they have comedy specials on Netflix? Why don't they have, something going on?
Famous what you make it. I'm successful to myself. Shit, I'm the only person in my family who face on a flyer. And what? Anyway, like, and I mean, I've done some great things. I work with some great people. Some of people, I don't know. Some of your favorite people haven't even done things or accomplishments that I have.
Right.
I mean, again, I don't know why I'm so relaxed about it, but I'm not. I don't trip. But yes, thank God for the internet. Thank God, because if this was 1997,
whoa, that's like, okay,
we'll be fucked up. Cause
you're hitting the 90s, but okay.
Huh?
So you're hitting the 90s, but it's okay. I felt that type of way.
I'm hitting what?
You're hitting the 90s. I was born in the 90s.
Oh yeah, no.
All right, we can go to the 80s or 70s, but 90s is there.
Yeah. Look, don't worry about all that. What I'm saying is, you'll be fucked because technology and things that can't move as fast. You got a choice right now. You have a choice every day to wake up, put out a video.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's gonna be, what time, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So people's careers are in their own hands essentially. So yeah, being introduced or bigger people bringing us to the platforms, we should be forever grateful, forever showing love. Always. We need to get more women on that front. I wish we have, I think a lot of men do bring me into their fold,
Yeah.
I would just like a sisterhood, because guys y'all be clicking up.
We do.
Y'all be clicking up. Y'all make a team, and then you like, we gonna put my boy on. This what you do. This way, this you stand out on the team. And then everybody got 10,000 followers in the day. Everybody on the team have $10,000. Women don't do that, and we did, because I would love a sisterhood like that, where it's just like 6 women, just everybody killing it. Everybody clicked up. We got the likes, the followers, the shares, and together, and we come together with our collective ideas and just do that. I think it's a very separatist mentality when it comes to women, but we gonna get better at that shit. I think once we realize as people, and I feel like I be getting too philosophical. This supposed to be funny.
You're good. You're good. This is keeping it real. We just keeping it real right now.
I feel like once we get the mentality of, listen, I don't have beef. I don't have jealousy. I don't have envy for anybody. And especially women. Once it registers with us, and we gonna get better, and we gonna keep doing it. Once we register that, listen, that's yours.
Right.
That wasn't for me. That wasn't for me to have. Like, we gonna get exactly what the fuck we supposed to get.
Right.
And when your time and your number comes up, that's when it does. And you do what you do with it. And I think that's why guys don't have those problems, because they're like, y'all like, guys is like the nigga on the couch. Like
wow.
Like that. No, this is how I equate it to. Like, if your homeboy let you stay on his couch, you like, I'm good on the couch. You don't care if he got the bed. This is his house. It's like you just gonna get cup. You gonna get your little sleeping bag, or you gonna put it on the floor, and you gonna tuck in. You gonna dive in there. You gonna right in the pocket. You gonna always find the pocket. And I see it every day. With me and Tony, DC, Brandon Lewis, Chance, all of us came up together in comedy. They a clique. And it was a lot of us women. And everybody is doing individual shit. But that clique, if Tony doing something, he makes sure his special, Tony Baker and Friends.
Oh my goodness.
His clique, right? To hear Kev, Tony go on tour, 3 separate audiences, but every time they doing something, or 3 separate as well as collective audiences, like the same people follow him. But every time Kev on stage have a show, Tony puts it up. Every time Tony have a show, Kev on stage puts it up to hear, and so on and so forth. And Brandon and all of them, they do that for each other. As you should.
That's how you're supposed to do. You're supposed to support one another.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that for women. I just don't want to see, like, it'd be a bunch of unnecessary stuff. But I mean, I can't think of one chick, not one, that I'm like, I despise and don't want to see win. I can't think of there is no hate in my heart where I'm like, why? We can all win. We can all eat.
I hate all win together.
I hate that. I think I be seeing people numbers, and I be like, man, if such and such did with such and such, if we did, or I did, or they did with Tony them and Kevin on stage and all them do, it could be the same thing.
Everybody be on the same. That's what I love about them. You know, you gotta push, you gotta promote. You know, because everyone has to click, like you said. Everyone has to click. So, like I said, they all gonna push their shows and each other's shows to the max. They're not gonna be like, okay, well, you know, Ketra's on the show today. I don't think we're gonna really push her today. But you know, they're gonna push their content to the max, and they're consistent with it.
consistency is key. I don't have that shit in me, but consistency is key. I do have it in me. What I want to. When the project that I'm working on right now, so excited about it. My booty hole boiling.
Man. But speaking of the pandemic, everyone's, we kind of talk about the pandemic a little bit. How many have you been doing? A lot of virtual shows? Are you more out and about now? Are you doing stage shows now?
Definitely way more, thank God, because I'm in LA. We probably been locked down since since the very beginning. So, but I did go back home and stay for like a month and a half, and I did one show on stage. But then, yeah, a lot of virtual shows, and I was like, ugh, at first. But I mean, it's getting better. It's what it is. I tell you one thing: virtual shows, as far as writing, the writing aspect of it. Well, I'm thinking in terms of my album. Well, when I'm thinking audio, see, I was supposed to say so, but I said it.
No, it went out a little bit, so I didn't really hear it all. So whatever I said it kind of went out a little bit, so whatever you said, it
okay, good. Okay, good. Well, I think virtual shows will get your will make you auditorily better. They'll allow you to be creative, be more creative with your writing, because you think of how to do things differently, because it has to resonate from your house. I use on my body a lot. I'm very physical. When I do comedy, very expressive. I talk with my hands like this. But I do a lot of that. I big up to like virtual shows. See, we found a way. A lot of people like to hear made a way out of no way.
Right. But it's hard, especially you're used to being on stage and you're hearing the laughs versus being virtually on the field and you're like, are they laughing? Like, I can't really, come on, I'm with the mics. Like, I can't really hear you.
Oh, so I'll smile a little bit. And people tend to, I'll be like, please unmute your mics. People tend to do it. They rock me from time to time. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes people cut their camera, cut their mics off. I'm like, okay, you want a silent auction. Okay. That's what we doing. That's what we came for. The silent auction. Bet that up. Bet that up then. I'm gonna just do these jokes for myself. I'm gonna just do it for myself. Because sometimes that's all you do it for. I mean, a lot of virtual shows, I'd be like, I'm gonna do this, but I'm doing it just to get words out of my mouth. Because that's what we need the most. It's like riding a bike. Yeah. No, it's like riding a bike to hear how it comes out. But yeah, we get back to moving, and I'm starting to do a lot of live shows, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, because LA is doing their own thing a little bit. Was for a minute.
Yeah, we can't go inside. We still can't eat inside restaurants.
They actually just they opened our restaurants to regular time. You can eat inside, but it's like limited capacity. But mask mandate still. But I'm like, at least we're not as bad as the southern states, like Florida and Texas.
They out here asshole naked.
They open. They ain't ever closed.
Whole ass out, no lube. Oh, ass out. We went to Target. Me and my sister went to Target when I was home, and she was like, "I left my mask in the car," and kept walking. I was like, "The fuck?"
She's like, "Wait a minute."
Because they ain't trying to. Well, what's funny is the first video that went viral of an anti-masker was like right around the corner from me. The Trader Joe's shit.
Oh.
That was like the first anti-masker video, and I was like, it's actually the Trader Joe's I use, and I was like, damn, what they got, I went down today. But I'm like, bitch, don't come to the new Trader Joe's with that shit now. Come on, take that over to the old Trader Joe's.
Yeah, it got out of hand, but lucky enough, Ohio has kind of controlled it enough. Not as fast as it should be, but
Are y'all clubs and stuff open? Y'all clubbing out there?
Yeah, they have clubs in certain parts, but it's limited capacity. You have to, there's no like standing. If you go to a bar, you have to stay seated. You get up, you have to wear a mask. Yes.
It's naked.
I'm like, I just stay home. Like,
it's just naked out here. People don't. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm a mask person, a big mask person, because you ain't doing it just for yourself. You're doing it for other people. Like
exactly.
let's just be considerate, man. I remember I like at first I would see these old people, and that's my weakness. Old people and babies.
Ooh.
I would see these old people just walking around the grocery store trying to get stuff. When we were scrambling, everybody was scrambling, trying to. It was the end. Let me get all the toilet paper. Let me get all the paper towels. We thought it was it.
Well.
But I remember seeing all these older people, and I just felt so sad for them, because you gotta think these people ain't got nobody to go out and get groceries for them and shit. Come on,
right?
Like, oh man, listen, and they got about what 5 at most years on the clock. Come on,
right. Come on, let's do it right.
Let them live out loud. Don't be like that, Playboy. What I ask?
Wow, and that was crazy. Because I worked in the grocery store, so before then, when the started the pandemic, and I got to experience, and I'm like, why is everybody collecting all this toilet paper? Like, what is this toilet paper going to do? Like, are y'all gonna be able to afford or what? Like, what are y'all doing on this toilet paper? It is like, I got to know what toilet paper was popular, what toilet paper wasn't popular, because it was like, you got down to the nitty gritty, like, oh, guess I gotta use this name brand toilet paper.
You got laid on the draw when you had to use Charmin. You're like, shit.
Charmin's good.
Huh?
No, it's Charmin.
No. The people that the Great Value households.
Great Value. Yeah, we don't use Great
Value. The store-bought brand household, the people, they like, shit. This all they got. All they got is Brawny. How we gonna live with $3.87 a roll? It was on it. I wasn't. I don't know. I went and got some canned good, because my grandma been praying. I was raised to be ready for the end of the world. My grandma had cabinets and a deep freezer just full of shit. I was like, Grandma, you have had this since I've been in 5th grade. Can you please? Oh. Can you please, Grandma? We do not need another goddamn can of cream corn.
That's the house you can go to during the pandemic. Go to Grandma's house. She got it all.
But that's how I shop, though.
I just make a trip.
I've probably been in my place 4 years. I've been in this place 4 years, and I probably got shit from when canned goods from when I first moved in here.
Oh, you might check those dates.
I know. I just go in and I need that. I'm sure I need tuna. Come home, it's like 13 cans of tuna.
You got enough to feed the needy.
Yeah, I would too, because that's what you do it for. Like, it's not for me. It's for everyone in the building ain't got it.
So you that neighbor when you need that sugar, you're not going to do it. Hey, can I get a cup of sugar? I got you. Let me see what I got in here.
Yeah, no. It depends on if I like you now. My neighbor be all right sometimes. We have an up and down relationship. She be on that bullshit sometimes.
You have those neighbors.
She be on that bullshit sometimes, but I like her kids. She got kids, the boy. He's so polite. I watched him grow up. He was this little. Okay.
This is why we titled the episode this. You don't know me, because Ketra is the type of person that would be. She'll be nice to you 1 minute, and then the next minute she'll be like, she's ready to touch you out. She's like, listen here. You ain't gonna talk to me like that.
Yeah, my love, the line between love and hate for me is a very thin. It's a very thin line, because I could say I love you and hate your ass in 2 minutes. So I don't know. That's my own insanity, though. But I'm very much a lover. I'm very much. It's just because I was discussing this with my therapist. I was discussing this. We were discussing expectations on people. And get y'all therapists. Y'all get y'all mental health together. Not to say that it's short proof, but it is a subjective voice. No, an objective. I'm sorry, an objective voice. You need somebody that's outside of your situation to kind of be like, okay. And if you paying $100 an hour,
I got you.
We just expect that advice to be good. But
Right.
we were talking about expectations. I was talking about expectations with my therapist, and like, because you are a good person, you know, you will probably give the shirt off your back to somebody, right?
Right.
That makes complete sense to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody does you wrong, you are hurt. You're baffled by that because you would never do that, right?
Right.
But see, those are our, we put our, like when she was saying this, I was like, that shit's stupid, yo. I was like, that shit is stupid. But hold on, you frozen. I don't know if you can hear me. Jarvis. Oh,
Back in.
You got gone. Oh,
the internet was like, wait a minute.
Get out your mama basement.
They were like, you keeping it real too well. I gotta cut it out.
You gotta ask your mama if you can use the living room from now on. Come on.
You know, you like in jail, like, hey, I'm supposed to be on that, you know. Get off.
You in jail? You got
your time's up.
You got that prison Wi-Fi?
That is funny. That's
funny. She was saying your expectations, the expectations that we put on people. You know, you would never do something to somebody, or you wouldn't expect them to do that to you. But then when they do, when you are wrong, or you feel as though you're wrong, you're disappointed.
Right.
But that's because you put expectations on people, and that's not valid. Like you should set boundaries. You should set boundaries in each and every relationship, because sometimes our parents hurt us. The people closest to us hurt us the most.
Yeah. Speaking true.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Like, our expectations. So when I went back, this is going back to what I said about love. Like, I love so hard. So when people like hurt me, I have an immediate off button.
Right.
But don't think it didn't take me some time to get to the off button. But I'm sure, it's gonna be like, I never knew me.
And that's how it is. I'm the same way. Teacher. I'm the same way. People be like, some people say, "Oh, you're nice." Then some people are like, "You're mean." I'm like, you ain't seen me. Like, you haven't seen me. Like, if you want to see the mean part, like, just really push the button all the way in.
Yeah, man.
And you don't want to see them. You don't want to see the mean side.
When you be nice and too nice all the time, people don't think you can go there. But then when you go there, you be crazy.
They're like, wow, but who is this? Like, who's this? And I'm saying, like, you really changed. I'm like, I ain't changed. You just see the different side of me.
Right. You just seeing what was always in me, and you uprooted it. You uprisen it.
Right.
don't want to be that because I mean I have a slick mouth, and I mean, and I mean. So when I was little, I didn't even know I was getting smart with somebody.
But you meant it.
And I stopped that though. And sometimes I be so nice. It's so good to people. And then they don't think that's in me, but now I'm the crazy bitch because I done told your ass. But
I gave you some strikes. I gave you some time.
Happy times, happy life. Let's just be happy. That's all I want.
Let's just be happy.
For everybody to be happy. Because that's hard to be. Truth be told.
Yeah, true. That is true. That is true. Truth be told. Do you have any final encouraging words for anyone that's trying to chase their dream or they're trying to chase their goal, but at a point where they're scared to take that first step, that leap of faith?
Start and don't stop. That's it.
Start and don't stop. See, simple. What that they say, simple. Simple is the best. Short and simple. Short and simple.
Yeah, right. I think I think I'd have met every single person I wanted to meet in comedy that were my idols when I was growing up. And or like the huge actors. I got to work with Cuba Gooding Jr.
That's my favorite actors.
Yeah, there's a lot of people favorite actors, and thank God, like on my first feature film, that's who I got to work with. And I just remember he how much he loved me and how much he embraced me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know, because I'm like, damn, he never even tried to sexually assault me. What did he say about me? Why are you gonna try to play me? you so you ain't gonna look at my ass or nothing? I'm worthy. Anyway, I just remember we were working with this famous actor's son. I ain't gonna put it out there. But if you go back and watch that film and look through the credits, you'll know who it is. But
what's the film? So they know.
Oh, it's Life of a King. It was in theaters. It's been a while, child. But anyway, this guy, he kept overshooting his mark. We were in this scene, this big, like one of the big sequences, and he kept overshooting his mark. And everybody was kind of side-eyed. Everybody was kind of like, what? They said this dude got all these crazy overshoots. He was like, and then we watch it, and then I was like, I think it was like my last day on set. I think it was like my last day on set. And we just shot like my scene with him, and he was like, I was like, now imagine this is like the biggest person I ever had worked with to this point. I was like, hey Cuba, what advice do you have for me? And he was like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be great. And then I was like, huh? He was like, you're gonna be great. Do you know why? And then I was like, he was like, because you have the ability to change and adapt. And at the time, it was like, no, because my first take, I fucked up my first take. Okay, fucked up my first take, and I was like, it was kind of silent on the set, and then that I got to redirect, and then it was good, and then he was like, hey, you might want to do this, and that. And he gave me that advice, and I took it in, and I made the change immediately. But he was like, you see that? You see that? Some people can't change. And he was talking about the person overshooting their mark. But he was like, sometimes we as actors be in our head so much that, and we vision it and picture it one way, and that's the only way we can do it. But if you get it out of your mind to be able to move fluid, you're going to be fine. He said, you had that ability, and I know you're going to be great. And I was like,
Just like appreciate it, you know.
Ain't nobody told none of you that. All of you. I'm just kidding. But I think everybody has that in them. And I say that to say, like, start and don't stop. And once you stop, it's hard to start again. And if you never start, then you'll never have a point of reference of when to stop.
I'm glad you said that because, you know, there's a quote I love. It says, don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you finish. If you stop when you're tired, you're going to be like, okay, I'm about to get a water break. I might, go social media, this and that, and you get distracted. If you finish it, you're done. Then you can go do what you want to do.
Man, when we look at people like Cicely Tyson, what an amazing career.
Cicely Tyson.
That lady was working until her demise.
Yeah, she was like 96, 90.
I think she was 97, 98.
97.
I set the bar for myself up there. Like people around me, I don't really look at that. I look forward to what I know I can do or achieve eventually if I don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
That like Betty White, these people don't have to work. James Earl Jones, they was my great grandma favorite. Like when you see that and you see a person give up even 20 years in the game.
Right.
Because 20, when I used to think about 20 years, I'm like, fuck. But now I'm like halfway there.
Yeah, almost there.
So it's like I got so much more to go. I like whatever. I take that. I take that paddle boat. I'm okay with that. I ain't gotta take the jet skis.
You just gotta pace yourself. Everybody go at their own pace. Everybody goes at their own pace. Oh gosh. I was gonna say. Do you have any shows coming up that you want to shout out? I know this is gonna come out after, it's gonna come out. Those that are watching it.
Jarvis, we got to get you some good. What? Oh, you must be with Spectrum. Jarvis, you must be with Spectrum. And it's gonna Jarvis. You froze. If I'm still on here, Passover is on the 27th. This show comes out on the 26th. I'm gonna be at the Passover. Palm Sunday on the 28th. Y'all can check y'all Bible. Check your things for Palm Sunday. And what else? Yeah, I'm doing a lot of live shows in LA. And in April, major show. Y'all be tuned in for that. Y'all be tuned in. Make sure in April, y'all go to my page, follow me at Ketra Long. At my name, not the 24. It's just at Ketra Long on Instagram. And you will be able to see me. I will be posting about that major show in April. And for those people who are requesting me to come to your city, I might not make it, but you'll be able to see this indeed. Follow me on Instagram. This has been Great. Follow me at Ketra Long on all social media platforms. Thank you for having me, Jarvis. And everybody, peace and love. Share yourselves with the world. Bye.